Good afternoon. My name is Andrea, and I will be your conference operator today. At this time, I would like to welcome everyone to the Cloud Platform demo for CA Communities. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question-and-answer session. If you would like to ask a question during this time, simply press star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad. If you would like to withdraw your question, press the pound key. I would like to now turn the call over to your host, Ms. Melanie Giuliani. You may begin.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining the demo today. So what we'll be doing today is going over all of the new features that will be coming with the new cloud platform. We'll be moving over to this platform in early November, so it's coming soon. And we'll just go over all of the new features and some of the changes that are coming with this move to the new platform. So if you have any questions, please feel free to either type them in the Q&A box, or we will open the line up for questions later on once I'm complete with the demo. So either way works for me. Just go ahead and enter them into the chat box if you need to ask them early on. Okay, so what you're looking at now is the homepage for the new communities. We switched this homepage up a little bit, and it's meant to help out any new users that come to the site, so they can easily find anything they're looking for and easily get started navigating around the site. So we're not going to have that overview page anymore. It's going to be this home page. Take a quick look. It might help you. You might see some stuff there that you haven't seen before. But either way, you'll notice that now Inbox and custom streams are now moved off of this overview page. The notifications for the inbox can now be found up at the top right of the page next to your global dropdown. And the custom streams can now be found under the news section up at the top bar. So let's take a look at your inbox. If you click on the notification up from the top, the first thing you'll notice is that there is no longer a drop-down that will show you the notifications. From now on, when you click on that inbox notification, you'll be brought right to your inbox to see all of the notifications that are available for you. Same way as the old system, if you click on it, it'll be marked as red, and you'll see that the notification up at the top bar will decrease. So the inbox is generally the same, but there is one addition to this inbox section, and it's called Your View. So since we changed the home page, this Your View section is really helpful. What it allows you to do is create a custom view for your uses within the communities that will allow you to see everything that you think is important in one quick view. So anyone can edit this home page or this Your View page if you click Edit Page, and this will edit your view. The way to add or remove widgets, to add a widget, you can click the down button in one of the existing widgets and click Add a Tile. So now you'll see that this will allow you to add a list or an element of some of the important stuff that you want to see in the community. So some of the options you see here: frequently viewed, recent blog posts, or trending content. So to choose one of these, all you have to do is click on it, and it'll now populate in that specific tile that you just selected. You'll see that you can change the title, you can select some options here, and when you click Done, it'll populate on the page. To remove a tile, you can click the trash can icon, and it'll delete it from this view. And to edit it, you can click on this little settings gear over here, and it'll show you the options you have to customize those tiles. So this is kind of really helpful, I think. I plan to personalize it so that I can see a lot of my frequently viewed stuff and a lot of the trending stuff. So I can easily see in one glance what's going on in the communities and with the stuff that I have deemed is important to me. But I suggest once we move to the platform, you play around with it a little bit and see what works best for you. You can pin this so that every time you go to your inbox, this will be the default page. So if you click on the pin, just set it as the default view, and then every time you click on a notification, this notification bar from up top, you'll be brought right to your view. So it's a cool little feature that I think will be useful for a lot of people. Now moving on from the inbox, let's take a look at custom streams. So as I said, custom streams has moved off of the home page and onto the news tab. When you click on the news tab, you'll see that there are a few new options. Top and trending will show you a lot of the most popular stuff happening in the communities. Most recent will show you all of the new stuff coming in. And then after this little bar, these are the custom streams. So the following stream is now replacing the connection stream that you had in the old system. So that always functioned as kind of a dump of everything you're following. And then these additional options here are the custom streams that you've created. So you'll see I have my developer communities tab selected as my default right now, but you can change that up. One of the really cool things that's coming with custom streams is the ability to follow tags. So if you are a member of a community and you have expressed frustration in the fact that you'd like to follow an individual product instead of an entire community, tags will be the way to do that. And I'll show you how you can create a stream with tags. You can click that plus button to create a new stream, and we'll just create a new tag stream right here. Let's say we want to follow CAE Health in our tag stream. You can type in your search, and you'll see here you can toggle between people, places, and tags. I'm going to click on the Tags tab, and I'm going to select the CAE Health tab. You'll see there are a lot of options here right now. What we're working on as a team with the communities team is to try to clean up some of these tags that aren't as relevant. For instance, like period, CA_eHealth. We want to kind of stick with the standard of the CA space eHealth or CA space product. So we're working on fixing that, and the more popular these tags become, the higher up in the list they will appear. So over time, as people become more accustomed to tagging and using tags to follow, this list will improve as you search. So cleanup is underway, but it will continue to happen over time, so you should see some improvement as you continue to follow tags. Right now, as you can see, it's not impossible to find the tag that you're looking for. It's still in that list, it's just not popping up at the very top. So in addition to that, let's say we want to follow CA Spectrum as well. I'll once again click on the tab. And I want to follow CA Spectrum 10.0 and see all of the new stuff coming in with that. So now what we've done is we've set up a custom stream with 2 different tags that will pull in all the information for that tag. Up here at the top, I have the option to turn on mobile updates or email updates. So either way, if I want to be notified other than just coming to the stream, I can turn either of those on. And then when I click done, this follow a tag stream is now activated. You can see what it does is it pulls up all the historical data for that tag. So even though nothing new has come in since I've created this, this stream, you'll still see some recent stuff that has happened with that with those tags that you're following. So see stuff from up to a month ago popping up in the stream, and then as new stuff comes in, so either new content created with that tag or existing content that has that tag added to it, both of those will update and populate at the top of the stream. And you'll see a pop-up that says new update, and underneath it will be the new piece of content that has either been tagged or has been created. To make this your default view whenever you come to the News tab, you can just click on this little pin button, same as with your view. And now every time I click on the News option from up on this top bar, I'll be brought right to my Tags 2 stream. It should be noted that you can also follow communities and people in the same stream as tags. You don't have to keep it separated. You can follow as many tags, people, or places as you'd like in one stream, or you can keep them separate. One thing to note is that there is a limit of 10 custom streams. So try to think about that as you're going through and you're setting up your new streams. But really excited about this new feature. I've tried it out, and it seems to be really useful for me so far. So hopefully once we get it into production, it'll be just as useful. So moving on, I'd like to show you the community really quickly. So what you'll notice off the bat is that the communities look basically the same as they did in the old system. It's a little bit of a change to look and feel, but everything should be pretty much how you remember it from the old system. We didn't change around the widgets or anything. It just looks a little bit more clean. There's no change to the community homepage, but there are some changes coming to content. So one of the new options that we have is the ability to share content across multiple communities. So if you're a member of more than one community and you've ever thought that it would be nice to have a way to post to several communities at once without having to create different content for each community, you're in luck. Now, when you click the share button, there's an option to share with a different community. So say we wanted to share this piece of content with CA Security. We could do that by typing in the name of the community in the share box and selecting that community. Oh, and I've already added it to the space. So let's say CA Mainframe. And I've already added it to that space. I guess those are my go-to spaces. Let's try CA APM. Okay. So you can add that. You can add as many communities as you'd like. So we'll do SOI as well. And once you have the communities in, when you share to a community, this message doesn't pop up, so you don't need to worry about that. That's only when you share it to an individual person. So we have our communities in, and we're going to click Share. Now what you'll see is that there's a little pop-up over here that says appears in 4 other places. So I've already shared this with 2 places before, but I just added those 2 additional places. So now it's showing all 4 of the places that it's shared with. And when I click on that, we should be seeing a drop-down. Let me refresh the page. Okay, there we go. When you click on that, you see a drop-down that shows you all of the communities it appears in, and you have the ability to remove any of these communities, or you can add additional communities by clicking on Share again. Let's take a look at one of these other spaces to show you what this piece of content looks like in those other spaces. So let's head to Security. Okay. So this is the first piece of content. So off the bat, you'll notice that it says shared by Melanie Giuliani from CA Infrastructure Management. So it shows you who shared it and where it's coming from. If you click on the Content tab, you'll see something similar. It'll pop up at the top and say shared by Melanie Giuliani from Infrastructure Management. And what happens is when you click on this piece of content, it'll actually bring you back to the Infrastructure Management place, to the original place that this piece of content was posted in. So what that does is it allows this piece of content to pop up in multiple communities, but it also allows all the comments, likes, views, and everything else to be aggregated into one place. So the fact that it appears in multiple places, but it's still hosted in this one individual place, will allow you to have one place where everything is compiled. So you don't have to monitor several different pieces of content. You can just monitor this one piece of content for all of your comments, likes, bookmarks, etc. So really cool feature. I'm excited to use it. As a community manager, I often post things across several different communities, so I hope this will be useful for you guys as well. Another thing that we have coming is the ability to create a template. So the way this works is you can create a template from any document you see within the communities. The one stipulation is this document needs to be one of those native Jive documents that's created right within the system. You can't do this with an uploaded document. So if it's a PowerPoint that has been uploaded to the Jive site, you won't be able to create a copy of it, but if it's a native Jive document, you will. And what this does is if you click Create a Copy under the Actions dropdown, it will actually replicate this document, and you can create it as another document, a discussion, or a blog post. And when you create a copy, it will actually copy everything in that original document to the new piece of content that you've created. You'll see it'll all pop up. What this will come in handy for is if you have documents with a lot of charts, images, other things like that, and you want to create a similar document without having to recreate all of that formatting, this will really come in handy. So it'll work well if you're trying to create similar documents, if you just need to update new documents and put different data in. However you want to use it, it comes in handy for that type of stuff. One thing it will do is it'll add a 1 to the end of the document title, so you automatically have it being differentiated from the original document. I would change the title altogether just for searching purposes. It might make it a little easier. but however you want to do it. So that's how you would use the document templates that are available. Okay. So that's pretty much it for, oh wait, actually let me show you discussions really quickly. So there are a few new options available for discussions, and let me find a discussion with a lot of comments. So discussions will still be created the same exact way. It won't be any different when you come in and you ask a question. There are a few additional features that are now available within questions specifically that we think will help both our CA experts that come in and answer questions as well as users that have questions themselves. So the first thing you'll notice is this I have the same question box down at the bottom. So what happens is if you click this, it will actually show you how many users have this question, and you can click on this little 1 or number to see who else has indicated that they have the same question. What this will do is instead of having to create a duplicate question, which would take longer for people to answer because, you know, they have to come through and look at both questions and provide answers to both, you can actually indicate that this question is important to you as well, which will raise the priority for the CA team or anyone that's out there answering questions, and will show them how many people actually are interested in getting an answer to this. And it'll allow you to check back and see if it's been answered in a streamlined way. I believe you're still going to have to follow the content to be able to see any updates, but I think it actually might work in that, yes. So once I click the I have the same question button, you'll see I automatically am following this to my inbox. So it automatically assumes that you want to see any updates that come to this question, and it automatically puts it to your inbox. So clicking I have this question will, 1, alert people that are answering questions out in the community that this question is high priority, and 2, ensure that you're updated to any answers or comments that are placed on this, on this specific question. So really useful. I think it'll help prioritize some of the questions out there and help you guys get answers to your questions quicker. An additional option that you'll now see is available is the helpful option has been moved out of this actions drop-down and moved next to the like button over here. So it's more prominent, which means we're encouraging users to use it as much as they'd like. When you click on the helpful, you'll notice that there's a pop-up that says, 1 person found this helpful. So more and more people that click that helpful button for a specific comment, this number will increase. So what this will do is, similar to the I have the same question, this will show users out there which response has been most helpful to most users. So we've seen in the community sometimes people coming in and providing answers that work for one person but don't necessarily work for everyone because everyone's instances are different. Even if something is technically a correct answer, there might be another answer out there that's really helping a lot of people. So what this does is it allows users who are coming in and searching for an answer to have another metric other than the correct answer button to determine what comments are important for them to pay attention to. So if you see a question that has a correct answer but then has another response with several different people indicating it was helpful, it might be helpful to read that comment as well in addition to the correct answer. So just a way to indicate to you that you don't have to read through the whole thread, but it might be important to just pay attention to this specific response if you're looking for an answer to this question. So I hope this will be useful as well. We'll keep an eye and see whether it helps to improve people's value on the questions, but from what I've seen so far, it should be pretty useful. So those are the major changes to content. Everything else is pretty much going to remain the same, other than we just announced that there will be the ability to vote on ideas coming to the app. It's available for Android right now, and it should be coming for iOS soon. We'll be sure to update the community as soon as that's available. It actually will be the same app that you have now, so you don't need to download a new app. You might need to update it in the App Store, but yeah, it should be the same app, and you'll just have the ability to vote on ideas moving forward. Other than that, all content is the same. Speaking of mobile, we do now have mobile compatibility. So what that means is you'll be able to see a more rich mobile experience when you use your mobile browser. So this is different than the app. It's if you type communities.ca.com into your mobile browser. You'll be able to see more of the formatting, more of the design, and for instance, if you were to take a page and make it bigger or smaller, you'll see that the content on that page adjusts based on the size of your window. So you'll see how it changed just then when I minimize and maximize my page. So good to know. The only other thing I think I want to bring up right now is that the search is just a little bit different. I'm sure you've seen it as I've been searching throughout this entire demo. So now instead of frequently viewed, it has suggestions. What I found in my use of this is that suggestions are basically your frequently viewed stuff. It might differ a tiny bit, but it's just going to recommend specific places, people, and content based on what you've been doing in the communities recently. You still have your recently viewed, which is now called history, and your bookmarks here as well. It's just a more clean and quick search system, I found. For instance, when you type in a specific term, it'll show you the results, but it'll actually highlight at the top what it thinks you're looking for. So it'll make it more prominent there while still showing everything else that might be relevant. You also have the option to click here to only show results for the current space you're in. So that's a good feature as well.
So Melanie, while you're pausing, a question did come in online asking if the current community site allows files, 250 megs to be loaded or uploaded or downloaded. Is it any bigger in the cloud version, do you know? Like he was hoping for 350 to 400 megabytes?
I don't believe so. I haven't actually looked at that specifically yet. The reason I say I don't think so is because I hadn't seen that published anywhere in Jive's announcements of the new system. So I have a feeling that if it was going to change, they would have let us know in one of their blog posts. But I will look into that after this meeting and let you know specifically. I think we have your email if you signed into WebEx, so I will send you an email on that. But my gut is telling me no, there's probably not a change there. Okay, so I think at this point we should probably open it up to any questions anyone has. Andrea, if you could open the line up.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would like to ask a question, please press *1 on your telephone keypad. Again, that is *1. And there are no audio questions.
Okay, thank you. So let me see. I think I showed you guys everything. One other thing to note is when you head to the training community, what I'm doing out there is I'm updating all of the existing training docs that are out there to reflect cloud. I'm also setting up a brand new Your Guide to Cloud section. So if you have any questions on cloud, you can feel free to post it in the water cooler. But first, I would check out that section we have in the training community to see if anything there answers your questions. We have a video that my colleague Chris Stallone created, which is really cool and walks you through all the new features, very similar to what we did today. We have a What's Changed document. So instead of showing all the new features, that What's Changed or What's Different document will show you changes to the existing system. So things like your inbox notifications moving, custom streams moving, enhancements to existing functionality that have already been in the system. I will post the recording to this demo there today, and we also have that tech specs blog post that I posted that goes through each of the features that are available. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to post it in the water cooler. I do encourage you guys to check out the content we have that's already published on it. I want to pause one more time and make sure that no additional questions had come in. I'm here, so ask away if you have anything.
Any feedback? Do you like it? Do you
Yeah, we're really excited.
We have one question that came in line from Dave.
Okay.
Hi, where a discussion references another discussion in the old system, this is a hyperlink. We're not going to lose those links as part of the cloud migration, right?
No, absolutely not. So everything will be moved over as is. Because we're moving from Jive to Jive, this will be a very clean transition. You shouldn't see any differences in your content. All links will be maintained. The link you're seeing up here, the catechjivon.com, this is just a link to our test instance. So when we do move to cloud, you'll still be using communities.ca.com, and all of the links you have bookmarked, all of the links to content, everything will remain the same. So this move should be pretty seamless for you guys. There's nothing that you have to do on your end. It's just going to look different when you log on as soon as we move.
Thanks, Mel. So another question, will it be possible to filter streams by product category?
So no, category isn't here. It's not coming right now as far as we know. We have been asking Jive about it because we know that it is something that's been requested by you guys, but right now it looks like they're really prioritizing tags. So the follow a tag functionality is here. It's very similar in that, you know, it's not a required field. It's not a required field to enter a category, nor is it a required field to enter a tag. But we've been doing some initiatives recently to try and refine tags and raise the visibility of the importance of tags within the community, and we will continue to do that moving forward. And I think as people do see that the follow a tag functionality is available, they will be more likely to start tagging correctly and just tagging at all to try to make things easier for them, and as well it'll make things easier for everyone else. So follow a tag is what we have now. We are still working with Jive to see if follow a category is possible. But for now, I think follow a tag is a pretty good workaround, and it's been working well for me as I've been testing it the past few weeks. So I'm excited to at least see that coming.
Thanks, Mel. Another question, for the inbox, is there a way to delete messages in his inbox?
No, so I think it's the same way as it was on the old system in that, you know, you can just mark it as read. Let's take a look. Yeah, so I'm not seeing an option to delete it. There is the hide new activity, so this is just a really quick way to unfollow it without having to go to the content. You just click hide new activity, and then moving forward, you won't get any more notifications on that specific piece of content. But no, I mean, there's no way to delete, and the easiest way to get a clean view of what's going on is to click this unread only option, and this will remove everything you've already read and only show you the new stuff that you haven't already taken a look at. So if you're bothered by all that extra clutter there, I would suggest clicking unread only when you get to your inbox, and it should clean things up easily. You also have this mark all read option, so if you don't feel like going through and reading every single inbox notification, or you already read it in your email, you can click this mark all read to mass remove all of the stuff that you've already seen. Okay.
So we have one more question. Let me just send a written response to this.
Sure.
So there's another question from Dave. Dave is commenting. He uses the inbox currently as my main go-to page. However, I want to be able to filter the notifications that I receive in my inbox. Specifically, I do not want to see notifications about content that I have contributed to, which has new replies, and I think you did got cut off.
Okay. So what I think you're saying here is that just because you've commented on something doesn't mean that you want it to go to your inbox. So the way the system works is it's going to automatically assume that if you reply to something, you're going to want to follow it to your inbox. I know that's not always true for everyone. There is a way to filter based on type of notification up here at the top so that you can only look at specific types. I don't think that's what you're looking for. What I would suggest is, and this is going to be an extra step, but it's on the same page. So what happens when you reply, so I'll just click text here and add a reply. The system has now added following in one stream up at the top of this page. If you don't want to be notified via inbox after you reply, I would suggest just replying, then coming up to the top and click stop following, or change the stream in which you're following. That's really the only way as of right now to make sure that if you're not interested in it, you don't get notifications for it.
So just to add to that, because we got cut off on the button, it got truncated, and you might have answered it. I was paying attention to this. So if he doesn't want to see notifications about any of his contact, I think you answered that, discussion comments. that has been liked by another user.
Oh.
It's a huge distraction. Is it possible on this platform?
To turn likes off? Unfortunately, no, it's not possible. Yeah, as far as I know, there's no way to filter out. I've heard that actually on the current platform too, that people want to filter to remove the acclaim, so when people like your stuff. But I don't believe there's any way to filter it out right now, no.
Is that something that we could mention to Jive?
We could absolutely mention it to them. That's something that I'm not sure that they'd want to implement in the future, just because it's a very collaboration-based platform, so things like liking and responding to other people's content is a priority for them because they encourage collaboration. I can definitely bring it up on our next call, which is actually later today, but I don't see them being happy or eager to remove that functionality, but I definitely understand the struggle.
And hold on a moment. And I believe that is the last of the questions in the Q&A online.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait, one more?
Keep them coming, guys. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Absolutely. So, Gary, has something been done about the latest activity so that it only gets updated when somebody actually does change, i.e. something adds a comment or a response, rather than the activity date changing just because someone looks at the thread?
So right now, and in the future platform, it won't be changed because someone looks at it. I think what you are seeing might be when someone likes it. As far as I know, that would be the only thing that would change it other than commenting. So as far as I know, this is going to remain the same. I know that we did have a bug in the old system that marked things as bold when it was already red. That should be resolved with the move. So let's take a look. Clicking on Browse and Content. So there was some trouble where people had already read content, but it was being marked as bold as though it hadn't been read. On this system, I'm not seeing any bold at all. So I believe that issue should be changed with the new system. As far as it being updated for latest activity based on an edit or a like or anything other than a comment, I think it'll remain the same as it is right now. So I don't know of any changes coming for that, but we'll keep an eye on it as we move to the new system, and more activity happens with the cloud instance, and we'll see what we notice if there's any changes to that. It's hard to tell on a test instance because there's not many people playing around. So, yeah. But I think it'll remain the same.
Okay. And unless something rolls in the next half a second, there is no other questions in the Q&A right now. I don't know if we have any more.
Yeah, can we open it up to audio questions one more time? Andrea?
There are no questions at this time.
Thank you. Didn't know if you heard me. Okay, great. So like I said, if anything pops into your head later on and you're like, oh, I should have asked that, please feel free to post it in the water cooler. I'll be there to answer any questions. I'm keeping a close eye on the community. I'm really excited about these new features, and I hope you guys are excited too. And I'm really excited to see how everyone likes the new platform once we move over. So thank you so much for joining today. I appreciate you coming. I also appreciate all of the questions. Yes, and have a great day, and feel free to post any questions you have in the water cooler. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This does conclude today's conference call. You may now disconnect.